WRAL's Casey Cunningham live in Youngsville, and that's where we find WRAL's Casey Cunningham joining us live. WRAL's Casey Cunningham live tonight in Romney.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by this channel and watching this vlog. This is going to be my weekend reporting shift vlog. I'm going to take you along with me throughout the weekend shift. So that's a typical Saturday and Sunday when most people are hanging out and relaxing, having fun. That is when my week starts. Now to my favorite part of the day with Lauren.
I'm eating a salad and
driving. Don't worry, we'll cut it out.
Yeah.
Well, you're not eating it now, you're just holding it.
Exactly.
Technically, you're holding it. We are getting started on our story. This is part of the day where we usually find a Starbucks and I start throwing on some makeup, so. We had a lot of people call us and say that they don't have power anymore, but not all of them want to go on camera, so we're looking for someone. So I think it's this house after this tree. Oh, it's a big tree down. So see how there's like people in the front yard there? Like sitting on a, like doing a little picnic.
Maybe they're outside because their power's out.
Maybe they'll talk to us. So we have a live shot at 6 where we're supposed to be addressing what people can expect from Duke Energy Services and when they're going to get their power back. So we're looking for someone to talk to about how this impacts them. So I'm going to go talk to them now. This nice man said he'd go on camera with his adorable grandchildren, so we're gonna talk to him. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much, I appreciate it. So they were really nice. They just talked about what it was like to, be without power. Right now, Lauren is shooting some video. There she is right there. And I am gonna jump in the car and write the story for 6 o'clock, which is just mostly information and then a quick little soundbite about what this family experienced without power and kind of some of the frustrations they've been through trying to get it back. Hey, sorry to bother you. We're just from the local news. We were wondering, do you guys have power back in this neighborhood? Oh, awesome.
Yay, good.
Hey.
Hi, sorry to bother you. Hi.
Okay, right now we have about 40 minutes till our live shot at 6 o'clock. Lauren is going through some video. I'm finishing up writing the script and we're picking a sound bite to kind of tell the story of the power outages in this area. So that's what's happening now. We are outside of a massive tree that came down during Hurricane Florence. So right now we are testing out the live view. That is what allows us to go live on the 6 p.m. news tonight. Lauren is testing that out right now. We are making sure we have service so we have live capabilities. But check this tree out. Pretty big tree down here out on Lead Mine Road. We're testing that out and we're going to do our live shot at 6 o'clock and then figure out what we are working on for the rest of our shift. This is it, guys. This is the live view. When I first started out, these things were like backpack size. Now they are super tiny, which is incredible.
We are supposed to be doing a live shot, but we're in a really bad service area, so I just wanted to test it, and it looks like it's really bad. So I just wanted to confirm with you that it was indeed not good.
So basically what happened was we didn't have service in this area, so we had to shoot something recorded over in this area, and now we have to go feed it back in time for the 6 p.m. live shot. Look what time it is now. 5:44. That means we basically have 15 minutes, not even, 10 minutes to go find somewhere with service, edit it, and send it back. So wish us luck. Spokesperson for Duke Energy tells me power will be back on in Wake County more than Monday at 11:45. Quick 722 check-in. We are driving around looking for neighborhoods without power. The problem is every time we get there, the people are like, oh, we just got power back. So that's good for them, but we're trying to find people without power because there's still 175,000 people in North Carolina without power. We're just not finding them apparently. So that's the update. Okay, we're going over here to talk with the producers about kind of the backup plan for tonight. So this is Madeline and Meredith over here. I'm vlogging the entire weekend, taking people through a day in the life of what happens. Although I feel like this is not a normal weekend because I never make it back here. But this is the dream team over here. They're so good and they make such quick decisions on the weekend. They are amazing. They're truly amazing. But anyway, we're talking about the weekend plan. We're going to stick with the power story, but try and, yeah, we're going to make it work. That's our motto, make it work. Bye. I am in an edit bay right now working on listening to the interview sound that we gathered and working on writing a script for the 10 o'clock news. There are a couple different tricks for tracking your package. I think everyone has a really different style of doing it. I try to picture talking to a specific viewer. So really just like a friend or family member and just deliver my script. And I try not to think of it as a script. I try and think of it as a conversation I'm having with someone because really at the end of the day, that's what these news stories are. They're having a conversation with someone to help inform them of what's going on. So I usually take a couple of deep breaths so that I start breathing from like this part of my stomach, the lower part here. Sometimes if I'm really not in the zone, I'll like lay on the floor and breathe a couple of times. That adventure continued at their grandparents' house for days in the dark. We traveled around neighborhoods throughout Raleigh. People thrilled. Power is slowly being restored.
I love how you wrote this. I'm literally smiling as I'm editing it.
Thank you.
I love how you wrote this.
You do?
I love this little kid.
Okay, we are currently at our live shot location, which is a neighborhood that lost power, then got it back. We are trying to figure out a way to make our live shot active, which means walking around, showing and telling. That's kind of the expectation. We are brainstorming right now.
WRAL's Casey Cunningham live tonight in Raleigh. Casey, we're hearing that some people got their power, but now we're hearing that some others might have to wait through the weekend.
Ken, we are in one of those neighborhoods now that has been without power for days, but if you look over here, you can finally see some of the light peeking through. Neighbors here tell us they are so relieved, but still there are 116,000 people in North Carolina without power because of Hurricane Michael.
A tree fall down.
Hurricane season has been an adventure for these two little ones.
And it was raining and blowing. If the tree fall down on my house.
That adventure continued at their grandparents' house for days in the dark.
We lost power, according to Duke Progress, Thursday about 5 o'clock.
At the peak of Hurricane Michael, about 500,000 people in the Carolinas lost power. Getting it back has been a struggle so far, which was a surprise for folks who tell us they fared well during Florence.
Florence was nothing compared to this.
I actually tried to call Duke Energy, but there was no access to speak with anyone. So I was frustrated.
As of Saturday afternoon, the lights flickered back on for thousands in Wake County, including the Thompsons and their grandkids.
I was very happy to know that it was back on.
We traveled around neighborhoods throughout Raleigh. People thrilled. Power is slowly being restored. Duke Energy confirms tonight there are 10,000 people working on getting power back on in the Carolinas. Monday by midnight. Ken, that is the time that Duke Energy says power is expected to be restored to all of Wake County. Back to you.
Boy, those folks have to wait it through the weekend. Casey Cunningham reporting live in Raleigh. Casey, thanks.
Thank you. One down, one to go. Yeah, I think we have to pull up one.
I like how you're versed in the
I know, I've done this too much.
Oh my god, do I want breakfast or do I want fries? Hi, can I have a medium fry and what did you end up wanting?
Hot fudge sundae.
And 2 hot fudge sundaes, please. Yeehaw! Darn tootin'.
Did you guys hear that person scream during when they thought we were live? It happens a lot. Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekend vlog. Thank you so much for continuing to watch. Today is Sunday, October 14th. All the days start to run together when you report because you just keep going and you never stop. We are heading to Rocky Mount for a sad story, a kidnapping and murder investigation. A lot of questions about how this happened and what's going on. I'm just feeling my heart is heavy for this victim's family. Just in a second, your life can change and it's just terrible. So we are working on finding out more information about this case, and I've called the Rocky Mount Police a couple of times and left messages. They haven't gotten back to me with any further information, but we're heading that direction now. It's about an hour away, so it'll be a little bit of a drive. By the time we get there, it will be about 4:30, so we'll have an hour and a half to try and gather as much information as we can before our 6 p.m. live shot. This happens a lot to our car.
It's not like we need to be anywhere. Standard. We were talking about girls. No, we were talking about stuff.
This is WRAL News, your #1 source for local news.
A deadly shooting and a kidnapping tops our news tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Smith. The scene played out overnight in Rocky Mount, and that's where we find WRAL's Casey Cunningham joining us live with what she's been able to find out. Casey.
Ken, the good news is police found this kidnapping victim, a woman in her 30s, and we just spoke with the woman who lives inside this home, who is the best friend of this kidnapping victim. She says the man that tried to take her friend was someone who had dated the kidnapping victim previously a long time ago and had come here and started a domestic incident. The man who was killed was a man trying to defend her. I want to pull up some video now. Rocky Mount Police responded here to Leggett Road here in Rocky Mount around 2 in the morning. Police found a male victim, Deontay Jenkins, dead inside the home. Police say the suspect ran away from the scene, taking the woman with him. Again, police found her and she is safe tonight. Police are still searching for the suspect. Neighbors didn't want to go on camera tonight, but they did tell us they do hear gunshots in this area, but they're usually from hunting.
When we heard, this morning, I thought it really was somebody knocking on the door. But then about 17 minutes later, there was 17 cars of policemen out here just lighting up the place.
Again, the woman who lives inside this home says she does want to speak with us tonight about what happened. She says she was there as her cousin was killed, and this man who kidnapped her friend shot him. So police are searching for the suspect right now. We're still working to gather more information, Ken, and we should have more for you tonight on WRAL News at 10 and 11.
Casey Cunningham and this developing story.
This was a really sad story out here in Rocky Mount. We just spoke with a woman who was inside as her best friend was kidnapped by a man the best friend used to date. And her cousin tried to defend this friend and ended up getting shot and killed. So we spoke with a woman whose cousin was shot and killed. A really, really hard interview to listen to as she watched her cousin take his final breaths. It was just tough, but we're gonna go back and listen to her interview and then log the interview, so take some of the most compelling parts of it that really helped to tell what happened last night, piece that together, and that will be our story for the 10 and 11 news tonight. Lauren and I just found a gas station to use the restroom and grab a bottle of water, grab dinner. We are now going through the interview sound and working on the script. I will put that together and then pass that off to the producers who will approve it or make some changes to it, send it back to me. I'll send that to Lauren. While Lauren's editing, I'll work on graphics, social media, stuff for the web, and putting in like supers, so lower thirds, that those are graphics that identify people and say what their name is. So we are currently at our live shot location, which is the Rocky Mount Police Department, and we're all set up with all of our gear here, and that's the next step. Okay. Those were the last moments Tiara Dancy had with her cousin Deontay Jenkins. Earlier in the night, Dancy had called her friend to babysit oh wait, shoot, that was wrong. That was totally wrong. 3, 2, 1. Those were the last moments Tiara Dancy had with her cousin. Ken, she tells us her cousin died defending a woman against an act of domestic violence.
I could smell the gun smoke. I could see his face.
Those were the last moments Tiara Dancy had with her cousin Deontay Jeffries. Earlier in the night, Dancy called her friend to babysit her 2 boys while she went to work overnight. Shortly after, Dancy tells us her friend's boyfriend showed up.
She been saying she was going to try to get away from him. She was trying to get away from him, but he wouldn't leave her alone.
She tells us their interaction grew dangerous.
He continued to grab her. My cousin came around the corner, like, you're not going to be grabbing a female in front of me. And before he can get that whole sentence out, he shot him 3 times and drug her out.
Rocky Mount police responded to Leggett Road after 2 in the morning. They found Jeffries dead. Dancy's friend was missing. Police say kidnapped. She was found safe. Tonight, they're still searching for the suspect, considered armed and dangerous.
As my kids was in the house, and you brought the devil here.
Dancy says her children are safe, but life will not be the same without Deontay Jeffries.
We call him a gentle giant. You know, he kept a smile on his face, trying to make sure everybody around him was great.
She tells us she'll spend her life making sure her gentle giant gets justice.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm gonna try to make it as right as I can in this wrong situation. That's all I can do. I'm sorry.
Rocky Mount police are still searching for the whereabouts of the suspect. Ken, if anyone has information, they are asked to call the Rocky Mount Police Department. If you go to our website, WRAL.com, their number is listed on the website if you click on this story. We just finished up our 10 p.m. live shot. We actually had to use this phone accessory for something, so I wasn't able to show you guys how that all works, but you've seen it before if you've continued watching this vlog throughout its entirety. So basically, we were live at 10. We have Sunday Night Football at 11. that means we record something for the 11 p.m. show. We tried to make it really creative. It's hard to do that when the story is really tough. You want to be sensitive and not do anything too wild or crazy, because in these kinds of stories, you know, it really needs to focus on the victim and what happened and the information that people need to be able to help police find the suspect.
Deontay Jeffrey's cousin tells us he died defending a woman against an act of domestic violence.
We could not escape the weekend shift without getting a call for breaking news. We are headed there now to a car accident involving a Wake Forest police officer.
WRAL's Casey Cunningham live in Youngsville, what she's been able to find out. Casey.
Ken, we're on South Cross Street. We're told this is where the crash happened. Obviously, you can see there's not a lot going on behind me, but police have cleared everything up. But a viewer was here and able to take some photos for us. I want to pull those up for you now while I tell you what we know so far. Authorities say Wake Forest police were chasing a suspect near Youngsville between 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. when the crash occurred near Thompson Circle. That's just a few yards away from where we are now. These photos from the scene appear to show a vehicle that flipped over after crashing into a minivan. We really don't have a lot of information so far right now, Ken. We have been told that one person has been killed in this crash, in this police chase. We're told this police chase happened at a mobile home park not too far from here. We are not sure if the person who passed away is a Wake Forest police officer or if it is the person that they were chasing involved in the crash. We're out here working on answering those questions for you, and we will bring you more as soon as we know it. Ken?
Casey Cunningham tonight. We'll continue to bring you.
Hey guys, we're here with our friends.
Oh, hey.
From WNCN. We have just finished our last piece of breaking news here out in Youngsville, North Carolina. 1 a.m. and finally leaving. So that is what a weekend shift looks like. It started off kind of normal with one story and then jumped around to craziness, which is usually what happens. Thank you guys for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of a weird weekend to follow along, but every weekend is different. So if you liked this video, I will try and do another one like it. Or if you are interested in what the week looks like with more people around and more kind of hands in the pot in terms of more producers and managers on board, I can do that too. If you don't find this interesting at all, I can go back to other videos, so just let me know.